Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raja with student number 7310231045, and today I would like to share two important ideas in the field of language learning. It's error analysis and interlanguage. So I will begin with the understanding error analysis. When someone is learning a second language, making mistakes is unavoidable. For a long time, teachers believed that mistakes should be avoided at all costs, or that they were just bad habits copied from the first language. But in the 1960s and 70s, linguists realized something interesting. Mistakes are not random. They actually show how learners are building their knowledge step by step. So error analysis became a method of study and understanding. So error analysis became a method to study and understand these mistakes. There are like two types of errors. The first one is interlingual errors. So these are mistakes caused by the learner's first language interfering with the second language. Maybe, for example, a Spanish speaker might say she has 15 years. And in Spanish, people say ella tiene 50 años, which literally translates as she has 15 years. But in English, we say she's 15 years old. So this error happens because the learner is carrying rules from their first language into English. And the next is intralingual errors. These are mistakes that come from the learner's developing knowledge of the second language itself. Maybe, for example, if a learner says come, come instead of came, it shows that they are trying to apply the regular past tense rule, but don't yet know that come is irregular. So this type of error doesn't come from their first language, but from experimenting with English grammar. By analyzing errors, teachers and researchers can see where students struggle, which rule they have mastered, and which one they are still confused about. Maybe for the next, I will talk about interlanguage. So, interlanguage is the name for the in-between language that learners create while they are learning. It's not the same as their first language anymore, but it's also not fully the target language yet. It's something in the middle, a personal system that the learner built. So actually, this idea was first introduced by a linguist named Larry Schlelinker in 1972. Maybe I will give you an example. Imagine a French speaker learning English. They might say, he know like pizza. That's not correct French, but also that's not a correct English either. But it makes sense to the learner. It follows a logic, subject plus no plus verb. So this is an example of interlanguage, a temporary language system that learners use on their way to full mastery. So next is what's important about interlanguage is that it changes over time. As learners practice and get more input, their interlanguage move closer to the target language. So it has rules. The errors might look random, but if you study them, you'll find patterns. Maybe, for example, a learner might always forget the S in the third person singular. Uh, Maybe they saying he go, she eat instead of he goes or she eats. This shows consistency, which means their interlanguage is systematic. And next, maybe about how error analysis and interlanguage connect. So the mistakes that learners make, the ones we study through error analysis, are actually evidence of interlanguage. They are signs that the learner is actively creating a rule system of the new language. Maybe we can think it like a journey. On one side, you have the learner's first language, and on the other side, you have the target language that they are trying to master. In the middle is interlanguage, a bridge. In the middle is interlanguage, a bridge, a temporary system that the learner builds. So error like a footprints on that bridge. They tell us where the learner is on their journey. and how close they are to reaching their goal. Maybe, for example, if a learner keeps saying comet for the past tense of come, that tell us they have learned that past tense usually means adding ed, but they haven't yet learned irregular verbs. So the error shows growth. It shows progress. Maybe I will talk for the next. Maybe I will talk about why should we care about error analysis and interlanguage. So, well, if you are a teacher, these concepts help you understand your students better. Instead of just marking answers as wrong, you can see mistakes of valuable information about how your students are learning. And if you are a language learner, it can help you be less afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes don't mean failure. They mean you're building your interlanguage. Every error you make is a part of the process of getting better. So in a way, mistakes are not obstacles but stepping stones. They show that your brain is working hard to connect your first language with the new one. So I think that's all for my video presentation. I will close. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.